Hello YouTubers, hello! Surviving Mars Relaunched fans. Well, I want to change the colors of my base. I'm sure you do too. And you want to know how to do that? Well, let's take a quick look. So, some of the things you can do, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but there is a button right here, copy, right? So I can copy, and now I have this item to go and place it somewhere on the map. In other words, if I want to go and I need another one of these Stirling generators, I can just click copy. Now I'm off to make a bunch of Stirling generators. And that just makes it a little easier instead of having to go down into the menu and search it out because the item is right in front of you. So that's pretty handy. As far as the colors, this one here is blue sky. That's right. So it's got like this blue with a yellow. So right here, there's something called the command center. The shortcut is Z. You can hit Z and you'll get all your information. And one of the other things you get is the ability to change the color. So building colors. You go to building colors, and that was blue sky. And if you pick the Surviving Mars one, then you've got the white with the yellow and the green. We have red envelope. We have morning salmon, United Dream, purple heaven, Indian saffron, red, white, and blue, hearts of iron, which is all black, deep space, which is gray, Surviving Mars, red envelope, which is got, so it actually colors in this area kind of an orange, dream of green, blue sky, which is the one I had, cherry blossom, rainforest, and red steel. So I like blue sky. I liked the original Surviving Mars, but purple heaven was pretty cool. So I'm going to try that one. There you go. It kind of changes to the purple heaven colors. Got purple here. And the spaceship kind of looks like, well, it doesn't look very purple, but it's got a bit of purple into everything. Now the other thing that you can do to change the look of your base, so this building right here. Now, it only gives you a couple of different options, right? But this building, if you go to change skin, right? So it doesn't have the change skin on that one, but this one does. You can change it to this, this, which is pretty cool. That one there. They are classic. And back to this one. So that way you can mix up the look of the buildings, right? So, like this one has a skin as well. Let's do these three right here. We got that one. I like that one. That's cool. So just the two. I'm going to switch to that one. That one doesn't have a changeable skin, neither does that one. This one does, though. The fountain. You can change the fountain to this kind of three-tiered pool. And what about the little grocer right here? Can't do anything with that one, but we're going to change this one to that cool black building. And that kind of changes the overall look of the dome. It makes it so they don't all look the same. Like even this here, you can change the skin on it to the egg. And one of the main ones is this one right here, this arc. The arc, we've got, look at this here. Crazy looking thing. Not wild. And then we've got the one that we're all familiar with. And back to this one. We'll use that. Got the casino, Hawking Institute, and change this over to this style of building. Maybe switch this one to that style. Yeah, so it can change up the look of the whole game, right? Even these can be changed to that. So if you want to change it so that you use one for this and keep these ones, sorry, this one right here, that one can be changed as well to that look. You can change the hospital. So yeah, these tanks here, you can change that one. You can change the color of it. Yeah, it's a different look too. Wild. So yeah, you can do a lot. Subtle little changes. There's a Moxie. Oh cool. Yeah, so change it up. So let's take a look at the base. Now right now I have a tunnel that comes up to this higher elevation where I then have a whole bunch of these power supplies. The tunnel then comes down over to here where I have this one large triangle dome, and then I have a bunch of the smaller round domes behind it. And so the base is kind of reached out in this direction. I have the moisture evaporators, so I'm able to collect water out of the air. I'm starting to get away from the solar panels, and I'm starting to rely more on the fans, like the wind generators and the Stirling generators. We use the Stirling generators and we use the fans right now for power. And I did have a bunch of stuff over here, so there was a dome over here and I managed to delete it. It was a bit of a chore. You had to get everything out of it before the button would appear. And so once it would appear, then I could delete it, but I had to clear everything out. And then same with all back here. You can see that I had gone all the way back to here and I had water deposits back here that I harvested, but I'm done with all that, so I'm deleting it all, right, all the way back to here. I even went out to here and all the way back again. So in other words, this area has been farmed. Now there are deposits over here and there are deposits over here, so the base is going to come out this way, out into this area here. And I'm just going to use this upper section as just robots only. I'm not going to use domes or anything. And so the base is going to have to join off of here and work its way out this way. So at this point I am trying to add farms. I've added farms to each of the domes because the farm gives a comfort bonus. So I'm going to take the water reclamation center out because really it's not doing much for me. And I'm going to take out 2 of the farms. Now they do take a while in order to get ready, so I'm going to keep that one for now. Make sure these are doing what they need to do. An automatic system, but then that means that I end up with a lot of farmers with nothing to do. So I want to use the oval dome. It's pretty expensive though. At 150 and 100, I could put 3 of these and it'd be 60 and 30 and get the same effect, if not a better result than this. But I mean, the thing is that this dome would go right here and put another one right here, so they'll run kind of side by side. And I might need another little dome in order to be able to reach, but I don't know whether I can reach or not, or how far out I need to go in order to reach. And there, it looks like it's not going to reach. So the other thing is I have access to the Mohole Mine. So the Mohole Mine is 400 concrete, 100 iron, and 300 machine parts. And so this here is definitely worth it, right? So if I was to put the Mohole Mine in the middle and then have like 3 or 4 small domes around it, kind of circling it. That might be better because it's going to cost so much. I'm trying to do this as economically as possible, right? So like I can only go that far. So basically right across the dome can go there. So if I put this right here. So here is the layout that I came up with. So I'm going to go over to this dome here, and then we have the first metal mine, and this dome should reach over to this dome, and then back over to this dome again. So these two, I don't know if they'll be able to reach, but it'll go between these ones. And then I have the Mohole Mine and landing pad, plus all the mines around here, clearing out this area so we have a nice pathway to go through. I even have a concrete extractor over here. So I think I'm ready to let it rip. Now in my research I have deep water extraction, and then I have Triboelectric Scrubber. Those two are super important because if I put the scrubber right here, I can put a bunch of items in here and then it won't use up a lot of materials. I even have moisture evaporators all around here in order to go and collect water. But overall, this is going to be expensive. You know, this may not take as long as I thought. I cranked up the amount of drones in this area. And I'm going to go and I'm using the transport to bring large amounts of stuff over. Okay, so now I want it to collect plastic, believe it or not. I think it got a bit of concrete, but did grab plastic next. There we go. Loading up with the plastic. And off we go. Make sure we can drive through here. And the other one is machine parts. So, go machine parts over to here. I believe I have machine parts over here. Yeah. And then this should make it a lot quicker. Imagine the OCD to have to go and make that. So I found the solution for this, and it was barely long enough, but I needed enough room that I can put a passage ramp over top, and you need at least 2 spaces on either side. So I can put it here. I can't put it here because it'll conflict, but I can put it over here. So that's good. I had to change it around because I want to be able to run a tunnel through here. I'm going to delete this power, but I need the power right now because it's running this drone hub. So give it a few more drones. Deal with all this. Where are we at? We need iron. This guy here, he's got iron. Or is he taking it? No, he's collected it, but he hasn't dropped it off yet. I'm gonna get him to offload right there. So I now have the deep water extraction. I can harvest 500,000 water, and I have one there, and I think I have another one right here for 100,000. So that's kicking this 10,000 one's butt. And then I think underneath down in here, I'm not sure what these are. That was 47,000. And this one is 500,000. Another 500,000. So yeah, there's a lot of water under here. Looks like there's some iron over here. This will be interesting to go and start putting lamps up over here. I haven't had to play that before, so I'm not sure. But yeah, load screens are pretty quick between the two. That's also pretty cool. And the big dome is getting built right now. Hopefully my architecture can handle it. Ooh, look at that. Power went down -37. Oh, I really hope that I have that one design. That's cool. That one you can't really see anything. And there it is. Oh yeah, that's... I like that one. That one's wild. Alright, well, this stuff should all start being made. Hopefully I don't shut the power down on my base as everything goes and kicks on. Stored power 837. -8. Yeah, they're circling it. Yeah, built the Mohole Mine. Look at that. Got ourselves a huge mine. So everything is in here now, and I made a mistake. I went and I put the food on the wrong side of the door. So the reason I did that is because I'm already using one of the pieces of pie for this tunnel here. And then if I do 3 of them, then I can't put bigger buildings in. So I want to keep as many spaces open as I can. So I'm going to put them both on the same unit in there to try to save some space that way. And then this side I can't really do much about it, so I'm going to have to go like so. So the base is starting to move down in this direction here and up onto these hills, more of a central location. And now that I have the mohole, I really don't think I'm going to be going back up into these areas here. So because of that, I think I'm going to have to get rid of this drone hub and this drone hub here, and that'll get rid of this little triangle and this triangle here. So I'm going to pack up all those drones and keep them. I don't need to make them if I go and I do that. And I'm just going to get rid of this stuff. Anything I'm not using, I'm going to get rid of. Alright, another awesome technology has been given to me, and that technology is the scrubber. We now have the scrubber. I used the scrubber right here for all those parts right there, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to set up little scrubbing zones. I'm going to try to use as much stuff as I can. So like this stuff right here, there's a little scrubber zone right here that I'm going to build. You know what? I don't even need that passageway right there. As long as I got this one, I don't need it. The one thing that I'm suffering from is concrete. And luckily, I just went... Oh, I'm almost there. 90% waste rock liquefaction. So, when I do that, I will be able to go and start to turn all this waste rock into concrete. And I really could use some concrete right now. I have tons of this waste rock everywhere. Alright guys, well, I'm into terraforming, Martian vegetation, terraforming hints. I'm at 359 colonists. And I have this whole new section right here. I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 domes. 10 domes in this area. We have just a ton of these fans. I even have a return power source. It's just in case. I want to make sure I complete the loop. Martian vegetation researched. Congratulations. Yeah. There we go. We're now into the next stage. So now I'm just burning through this. I have a bunch of research. So now I'm going to try to chip away at all the small stuff, get rid of it real quick. And I have a whole bunch of people about to show up. Let's welcome them to their new home. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for coming back. And come back for more Surviving Mars action.